Good morning, guys. It is 5:30 actually. They open up the gates to start bringing people in because it's 2 hours prior to boarding. We're just getting ready here. I'm just having a cup of coffee. I'm gonna go out and shut the propane tanks off and put the sticker across the door where the propane tanks are to let everybody know that the propane tanks are off. And I'm just packing a bag here because, sorry, I'm just doing two things here at once. I don't know if I told you this, I actually booked a room. I've been on ferries before where it's a long trip because this one's like 17 hours. You can book a cabin. But because I got the channel now, I thought, you know what, I'll book a room. It was like $140 or $145, and then that way you guys could see what the cabin looks like on the inside of these ferries. So I'm just going to pack a bag here, and because they actually have your own bathroom and shower in these rooms. I got an inside cabin because I didn't, you pay more for an outside cabin, but it's not a cruise ship here. I'm not sitting in my cabin. It'll like go down and maybe you can catch a nap or something like that. But so I just got an inside cabin, and yeah, we'll just looking around here. That's going to be off. So anyways, I'm going to go outside right now, shut the propane tanks off, and put the sticker across the door so I don't forget that one. And we'll get ready to board here. Probably not for at least another hour anyways.
Baggage dropped off, have your ID and your boarding pass is ready. Drivers of recreational vehicles are reminded that all propane tanks must be turned off and sealed prior to loading. Thank you and have a pleasant trip.
All right, guys. Well, hopefully you could hear that. Well, what time is it now? It is exactly 6:25. So let's just round that off to 6:30. And it's scheduled to leave at. Let me flip this. Well, maybe I should have kept it that way. There we go. And it's scheduled to leave at 7:30. So they just mentioned about all foot traffic, and then the drivers to go to their vehicles. So I'm going to close up shop here, get in the front of my vehicle. They're going to come around and they're going to check my boarding pass and a photo ID. All right, let's get on with the show.
You are going to back down. You're pulling left here,
yeah,
and backing down. Eh?
Okay.
Thank you.
Guys, you're not going to believe this. I have to back down all the way to the ferry. Again, my mic was off. Anyways, guys, they're getting me to back onto the ferry. You would have saw it from the mirror there. So I had to back all the way from the parking lot there, and you can see right here. They're going to make me back all the way down here. Anyways, it's the first time I've ever had to do this. I just wish I could see out of this back. I'm gonna go see if I can reach that back camera. I don't know I doubt if I can reach it from the ground here. Hey bud, can I get your help for a second?
Sure.
They made me back all the way back here.
All right.
I'm gonna back up. Can you come out here? Can I stay on your tailgate to clean my back camera off? Because I can't, I'm just using my mirrors. It'd be nice if I could use my camera.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a way to back up. I just can't reach that camera up there. Yeah, fuck, they make me back all the way from up there.
No,
What is this here?
That'll
Yep.
make your life easier.
Wow, it just helps, right?
Oh, totally.
There's a reason why I got one.
Oh, right.
Perfect. All right, I appreciate it.
Oh, no worries.
Thanks. All right. I asked this guy for some help here. There, I can actually see out of my camera. I backed up to his rig and stood on his tailgate. Sorry?
It's going to give us distance back, so perfect. Okay.
Just stay where I am, like that. That's a good distance there?
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
perfect. Straight back, you said. Maybe just a little more outboard. There you go.
Yeah, we're looking good here by the beach ferry truck. You just got to keep it straight back.
Straight back like that.
5 feet to the left.
5 feet. 3. Good. Emergency brake park. Thanks for making us look good.
And that's how she's done, boys and girls. So it just goes so you guys know how tight it is down here. That's how tight it is. And they backed me up as far as they could go here. This thing kind of bends out here, and then they put you can see the pink foamy there. That's as far as they backed me up, but yeah. All the way from where pretty well where I slept, I had to back up. Pretty tight. But surprising, I just kind of noticed that there's not a whole lot of, like, we're not full down here. There's still tons of room. I mean, you got a lot of people up top there coming, you know, there's a lot of cars up top here, but down below for the bigger vehicles. People walking their dogs. But you can still see that really down here, you can still fit quite a few vehicles down here. Well guys, we made her on. Nobody up here.
If it is deemed necessary, you on how to put on a life jacket. Don't forget you're on a ship that can sometimes move unexpectedly. So please take care and use handrails. Watch out for high door sills. Be extra careful on outer decks that may be wet. And watch out for strong winds that can knock you off balance. In keeping with Transport Canada regulations, passengers are required to leave the vehicle deck during the voyage. During that time, the car deck can only be accessed from the staircase. Visit the Coastal Cafe, Raven Lounge, and Passenger.
Yeah, you take care. I'm JJ. JJ, by the way. Eric, nice to meet you. Just had a nice little chat with that guy right there. He said that he was behind camping beside me in the C class, and I remember now. Anyways, he saw JJ's out there, so then he looked it up, and then he realized that I had a YouTube channel, so that's cool. And we have another ferry coming in. Okay guys, so they said the rooms are ready here, so let's go see what the cabin looks like. My room is 578, so I'm assuming that means the fifth. Okay, I gotta put this thing on. Hold on. That's better. 578, so I'm assuming it's on deck 5. And room 78. Makes sense, right? Okay, so deck 5. Deck 6. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go. 578. 578. 578. Woohoo! It worked. All right. Okay. Okay. Hold on here until I find the light switch here, guys. There we go. All right. So this is the room. Obviously it's not going to be huge or anything, but not bad for a ferry. So 4 beds. Obviously I don't need 4 beds. Washroom with a shower. And not sure why you need a closet. Like who's unpacking? So like I said before, guys, I don't normally get a cabin on a ferry, but and you don't normally get a cabin on a ferry that's just like an hour ferry or something like that, or 2-hour ferry. But because this one is like 17 hours, and it does go through the night too. We'll arrive at 11:30, but from coming the other side this way, they're traveling at nighttime. But anyways, yeah, so I mean, I'll probably come down for an hour nappy, but and then like I said, there's a shower in here, so that's kind of, oh, that's one thing I was gonna look. Okay, they got towels. You know what? Oh yeah, they do have soap in here. Just little hand soaps, but I brought some soap with me just in case. So you see the truck backing up here, guys. That's one of the ladies that works on the boat here. She took the, I don't know what you call that, a mule? You know, just those trucks that pull trailers around a yard, and drove off and then hooked onto that trailer, and now she's backing it onto the boat here. So this is McNaughton Bay. We just stopped here quickly. People boarded, and you would have saw that tractor trailer. And I just asked the gentleman there when our ETA would be for Port Hardy. He said midnight, and I think it's about 7 o'clock now. Let me take a look here. It's like, no, it's 6:30. So it's 6:30, so we got another 5.5 hours to go. That's the hallways down to the our rooms, guys, and I think mine's about the 5th door down there on the right. But there's actually washrooms here, guys, that are public washrooms, but they have showers in them. So as you can see right there, it says all gender washroom with showers on that one. And I do believe we go to this side. Well, there's one right there. So even if you don't get a room, you can still use the showers. So we're just right here. And there we go. We're back in again. LED lights, guys. All right, I'm gonna plug in the mic and the camera here to charge them back up again.
Revelations, chapter 15. Take sides, the saved and the damned. Read the good book. It calls for expiation.
Okay guys, so it's 5 after 11 right now. They announced earlier that our ETA in Port Hardy is around midnight, so it's not a bad idea to get a room, to be quite honest. I did go for a little bit of a nap, like not much, maybe an hour, but to be honest, it's when you're up there, yeah, you can sit at a table and all that, but it was just kind of nice here to put my laptop on the little desk there and sat back here and watched a couple movies and stuff like that. It's almost like, you know, your own little place. But it was like $140 or $145 for the inside room. So this is an inside room. Then they have on the other side, obviously the outside with a port. I'm thinking to myself, well, if I want to look at the waves, I'll just go up top and look at the waves. And it's dark now, and it's been dark for the last 3 or 4 hours. So to be and to pay an extra $30 or something like that, I'm thinking no. So anyways, guys, we're going to head up, and probably in an hour we'll be driving off the ferry.
Are asked to remain in the main passenger lounges. An announcement will be made when it is time for foot passengers to proceed to the vehicle deck.
Safe travels.
Wherever you're going, hopefully we'll see you while you're still on the island. We'll keep in
Yeah.
touch.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a buzz. We'll follow you through.
Will do.
Yeah.
Take care. All right, guys. Oh, the door just hit the damn railing. Anyways, I'm going to shut this thing off, get the block out from underneath the trailer, and we'll get ready to go here, guys. Have a good one. All right, guys. We are out of here. Sorry, I had to put this one back on because I totally forgot the one that normally sits on my mirror. It doesn't have a battery in it. But anyways, we are just exiting the ferry. So just up here, we're only talking like feet. There's a parking area, and it's called a park. So I am, hopefully there's nobody else there. Last time I did this, I pulled in there and that's why I stayed, because it's midnight now, right, guys? Actually, it's 12:30. So just around the corner here, it's called Park, like a park. And I see some taillights already, and looks like lots of room. Yeah, it was funny. I mounted it there before I got on the ferry, and I pushed the button, couldn't figure out why. I took it off and found out, oh, guess what? There's no freaking battery in it. I never said JJ's the sharpest knife. You guys already know that part. All right, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. I will see you guys in the AM. All right, night, guys. All right, morning, guys. It is just after 7 o'clock. It's 10 after 7 right now. Slept here right beside the ferry. There was signs up there that says no overnight camping, but there was a lot of people. Well, there still is people here from the ferry, and I'm almost thinking that maybe people during the summertime, they abuse the areas. When I was here 3 years ago, there was no signs, and now there's signs. So something must have happened, but we had no problem. A lady was sleeping in her vehicle right between, there's a C-class right there. Probably can see it, maybe. Oh, yeah. And then there was a lady sleeping in her vehicle right between the two of us, and she just left here like 2 minutes ago. So I'm just making myself a cup of coffee, and then we're going to be heading out. Cold. I thought it'd be warmer here on the island than it was since I left the mainland, but it's actually cold right now. It says it's still 12 degrees outside, but it feels colder. But have the one cup for now, and then we'll stop and make another cup if we feel like one. Well, I just said it was 12 degrees in the camper, guys, and it's my truck's saying it's 9 degrees outside, so she's cool enough. 9 degrees is what, 40, 48? Around there somewhere, 47, 48. But it's definitely Vancouver weather right now, like that dampness, because I don't even, I'll be honest guys, yes I do know what day it is. It's the 29th. I think my ferry ride was on the 28th, so 29th of September, so October, and this is the weather that Vancouver Island is going to get. Basically, this is their winter. It rarely snows, and if it does, it stays for one day, and the average temperature is 7, 8, 9 degrees Celsius, but it's a damp. It rains, so. But I'm on Vancouver Island, my happy place. I love it out here. So we're in Port Hardy right now. We're gonna go to Save On Foods and grab a couple things, and then we're gonna be heading towards Cape Scott. After I backed all the way onto that ferry, which you would have saw. Now anytime I go to back up, it's just like, yeah, whatever. I gotta back up 15 feet, who cares? That was funny. Okay guys, we're just going to hang tough here for a couple minutes. They're not open yet. So anyways, we're just here at Save On Foods at Port Hardy. Big parking lot here. Could have came over. There's a C-Class right there, and I'm just wondering if it's the guys that parked beside me at the ferry terminal, and then they parked beside me at the rest, or where I stayed last night, and then they just decided to leave and come here, and I think that's them. I could be wrong, but I think that's them there. But anyways, there's a little mall here, but yeah, you can see right there the Save On Food. So we'll wait till they open up and then go in there and get a couple things and hit the road. Because I do believe from here heading up further north, it's going to be fairly shy on the supplies. So I think Port Hardy here is going to be the last spot where we're going to be able to pick up some stuff before heading way up north. So we'll do that first. So I just passed a sign there. I stopped to read it. We're on an active logging road right now, and it just mentioned that your insurance, like British Columbia insurance, does not, like if you're pulling a trailer, does not cover your trailer, which I've never heard of that before. There's campsites down here, like multiple campsites, yet they're telling you if you come on the gravel road here that the insurance won't cover your trailer. Anyways, so it's pretty thick here, like extremely thick. It's about a 68 kilometers to go, but I'm only doing like 30 kilometers an hour, so I just got back in the truck from reading that sign. I haven't put my seatbelt back on, so I guess I better slip it on. Oh, that's what I was going to do too, is grab my CB, hook my CB on. It's sitting right here behind me in the bag. I just haven't put it on. I should get it on and put it on scan. I don't know what channel they sit on. Maybe it's 16, but I'm not sure, but I can just put it on scan and it goes through the channels, and as soon as it picks up any kind of contact, it'll automatically stop on that channel. There's a good size pull off right here, so I'm just going to grab that radio and stick it on. Right there. Where are you, antenna? You're on the floor here somewhere. There you are. So I got the little whip on here, but then you would have probably seen the one that's already on the hood. It's a magnetic mount, and I've actually tuned it, because when I got the CB, like this radio, I bought the tuner for it. So you put it on channel 1 and you do the gain, and you put it on channel 40, and then you adjust your whip antenna. There we go. Okay, you come back here. Glasses, you come out. There we go. Okay, she's on scan. Okay guys, I just stopped here along the logging road because of this. The shoe tree. Look at this pile of shoes. Yep, somebody got a pair up there. Nailed them up there. How do you, like, well, obviously you bring a big extension ladder out there, but holy moly. There's a lake right back here too. Look at this thing. What a pile of fucking shoes. What we got in here? Oop. You can see the lake down there. Nice looking lake. I don't even know how something like that would even start. But it's funny how people just join in, eh? I don't have any freaking boots to add to it, but if I did, I probably I would. Just to say, been here. So guys, I'm in on this logging road, probably I'm gonna say about 20 kilometers, but we got some big problems here. I just stopped along the road here to just, I was gonna make myself a cup of coffee, and I'm sitting there looking at this going, something doesn't look right. Guys, it's actually cracked almost halfway through right there. So I'm trying to think here. If I take the equalizer off, that'll stop it from trying to pull it upwards, and that'll take pressure off that right there. And then I've got to get back to the main road and then see what we're going to do here. I don't know if I can take that to a welding shop or what, but oh fuck, that ain't good. Anyways, let me take the equalizer, the distribution hitch off, and then just let the weight of the trailer push down on that tongue. And that should take pressure off that. Okay, we'll see what happens. Well guys, see, when I put that distribution hitch on there, it actually lifts the back end up and puts weight down on the front end. And that goes to show you how much it does lift. But by taking that distribution off, now it's just strictly tongue weight pushing down on that. So I'm really hoping that that's going to make it back. Obviously, I'm driving extremely slow here, so and then I guess if there's a welding shop or something like that, I can take it in there and they can cut that off and put a solid 2-inch piece in there instead of that hollow one. Yeah. I always thought my homemade tongue, well, I didn't actually make this. A friend of mine did. I put some add-ons on it, but I always thought that was going to be the weak point. I never thought from the manufacturer, the Anderson, I never thought it was going to be their piece that failed. And to be honest, like I said, this thing is not, I'm not even close to what that thing's rated for. So anyways, there's nothing we can do here, guys. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so we're going to go back slowly and get back to Port Hardy, and hopefully there's a shop or we can do something, or at least I get a hold of the manufacturer and they can mail me out a new one or something. I don't know. We'll worry about that, but right now I can't do anything out here in the middle of nowhere, so damn it. I wanted to go to Cape Scott, but there's no way. We still got another 45 kilometers to go, and I'm 20 kilometers or 20 plus kilometers in off the highway, so we got to turn around and get out of here. I'm hoping it's going to be kind of an interesting turnaround here, but oh well, these things happen, right guys? I mean, the answer would be to have a spare hitch with a 2 5/16 ball on it. That way, if anything happens to this one, yes, I won't have the equalizing or the sway, but at least I'd be able to just take this one out, put the 2.5 inch or the 2-inch hitch in with the 2 5/16 ball as a spare. That'll be my next thing. Once this thing's fixed, is actually carry a spare in one of the boxes in there and At least that way, if something happens, I have a spare, right? I mean, I could always, if it came right down to it, I could always flag down a work truck and say, listen, do you have something I can borrow and drop it off somewhere or something? Because it's now putting weight down on it instead of like lifting it. So it should actually close that gap, and hopefully, I'm fairly confident that it won't break it off. I'm just thinking, now that the pressure's going the opposite direction, it should ease up on that split. That's my thought anyways. But yeah, never even thought about I honestly, in a million years, never thought that would have been my weak point of that whole system. I thought it would have been the bar coming off the truck. I wasn't worried so much on the hitch on the truck. It's a 2.5 inch and freaking pipe like that, big around underneath it and stuff. So I was more worried about the bar. We're just gonna go a kilometer. I'm just gonna do a visual on it and see what it looks like and see if it actually closed up a little bit. Because like I said, now it's actually pushing the opposite direction of the way the crack is going. But now I'm relying on that bar to carry the entire weight of the tongue weight, which is, when I measured it, was 700 pounds. Oh well. I'll be honest, guys, I was just gonna go back to make myself a coffee. I'm very, very thankful I stopped and I looked at it, because at first I'm thinking that seems to be like, why is that angle so bad? Well, as soon as I got on my knees and looked at it, I'm like, oh great. And it's definitely fresh. Of course, this is not the smoothest road. There's good spots and bad spots. This is one of the bad spots, but anyways, guys, I'm just going to stop up here and take a quick look at it and see if it's better, not getting worse, or worse. Well, it's not any worse, it's not any better, it's just the exact same. So we got no choice. We just got to go slowly. Like I said, if it really comes down to it, I'll just stop at a Canadian Tire or something and pick up a 2-inch hitch with a 2 5/16 ball and put it in there. I won't have any distribution, but at least I'll have a hitch. But I'm hoping to find a weld shop and fix that, obviously. Drive on this side of the road, it seems to be a little bit better than that side. So I just passing the sign, guys, and it says 16 kilometers. So we got 16 kilometers to go back to the highway. I'm taking my time. I'm not doing anything crazy. And hopefully we make it back there without any issues. You know what would be awesome? If I saw a portable welding truck. Like a guy going by, you know, that guy that does shit, and say, hey buddy, can you just patch this thing up for me right now around the side of the damn road? The chances of me seeing that are pretty slim. Okay guys, I just stopped again, and that seam is smaller now, so it is closing up, and I'm hoping the way the weight's sitting on that pipe, that we should be okay. I'm going, like I said, I'm going slow. We're now 10 kilometers from the highway, so I mean, I don't know what the answer is. I can't stay out here, and I've only seen a car go by. I haven't seen even a truck or anything like that. So we're just going to wish these damn wasn't so many washboards though. We're just going to take her nice and slow and keep our fingers crossed, right? I am just very, very thankful I noticed it, because there's probably a good chance that this wouldn't have made it all the way to Cape Scott, and it would have broke. So, I mean, even though it's not good, it could always be worse, right? So we're just going to make our way back. Wish it was a hell of a lot smoother, but we just take our time. Okay guys, made it back to Port Hardy. It didn't get any better and it didn't get any worse. There's a welding shop up here, just right up here. So I'm gonna stop by and see if the boys can help me. If not, I'm just gonna limp it back into town and go to either Home Hardware, or I think Home Hardware is probably gonna be my best bet here in town. Self-storage, co-op card lock, auto repairs, salvage, electric, welding. These guys, there's only 2 of them in the shop. They're building an absolute gorgeous aluminum boat. Anyways, they can't help me out, but he said JM's just down the road here and they got more guys, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're building a beautiful boat, but it's kind of hard to sit there and say, you know, we have a welding fab shop and everything, and just basically say, well, we're building a boat so we can't help anybody. It's like, well, anyways. Oh guys, yeah, you can tell from here. You can definitely tell from here she's got a bit of a bend to her. But look at that bar. Without the weight distribution on it, look at that bar, how it bends down. That goes to show you how much that weight distribution actually helps. But yeah, you can definitely tell that's bent. So for now, I'm just gonna go. So Home Harbor here has nothing. Like, why would they really, when you think about it? Like, why would anybody have stock on anything? But Napa is just around the corner here. Surely to God they have something. One nice thing about it though is, hell of a nice guy there. He's pushing the stroller. He's got his kids with him. And he goes, did you need it just for a couple hours? He says, I got one you can borrow. I'm thinking, well, that's awful nice of you, bud. But I was going to keep it and then keep it as a spare. But anyways, that was nice of him to ask me. All right, guys.
Damage. And now the BC forecast on the north coast.
I picked up a receiver or a hitch here from Napa with a 2 5/16 ball. There's a campground here, which is about 2 blocks away from the weld shop. So I'm going to book 2 nights. Might as well plug in, book 2 nights. I'll take the receiver off and put the other one on. And that way the trailer's unhooked. And then that way when I go to the weld shop, I'm not dragging the trailer around with me, because it is what it is. Actually, you know what, guys, to be honest, I mean, it sucks, but if this is the major thing I've had for traveling in the last 3 years, I mean, this is nothing. And I'm sure the boys can do a good job, but I definitely need that distribution hitch, because you can see that pipe bend like that. Well, it's not bent, but you can just see, well, it's 42 inches out and there's 700 pounds on the end of it. So you know yourself, grab a 10-pound dumbbell and go like this against your body and then hold your arm out like this, and you'll notice the 10 pounds feel a hell of a lot more than 10 pounds. So anyways, we're just gonna go to the campground and then we'll chat with you later. I'm thinking this used to be maybe some apartments or something, but she's definitely closed and looks pretty damn run down now. That's too bad. So I am at the regional campground here. The lady, there's nobody in the office, and she tried to do my booking over the phone, and she just said she's coming in here in 2 hours. She goes, why don't you just go down there and get set up? So I already looked at site 27, which is just here. So I'm gonna unhook the trailer and then have the truck backed into the spot. But oh, it is wet. Like she said, she goes, it's been raining here for 2 days solid. So interesting enough, believe it or not, today's the last day. And I said, oh, I need 2 days. I said, because I have work, like welding that needs to be done. She goes, oh, no, I won't even charge you for tomorrow. She goes, I'll just charge you for 1 day. So I'm like, things are looking up for Jage. So there's 27 there. Well guys, here's the hitch. It's upside down on the table here, but I don't know what the shop's gonna do with that. Personally, I don't know. I'd be almost tempted to cut this right off and then weld a 2-inch, like weld another gusset on here and put a 2-inch solid on here is what I would be doing, or like to see anyways. But just in that time alone, because you can tell of how the angle is there, that the my tongue from my trailer started rubbing here. Wonderful. Anyways, I'm gonna get some rags and clean this up, but yeah, that's such a disappointment. I'm gonna take pictures of that and send it to Anderson and show him this hitch and show him that how that is terrible. Yeah, it's too bad. Anyways, hopefully the shop tomorrow will do a good job of taking care of this for me. So this is the site I'm in right now. It's kind of muddy, but obviously it'll work. Okay guys, it's just after 8 o'clock in the morning, so JM's Welding, they open at 8 o'clock. Supposedly today's a holiday. I don't even know what holiday it is here. But so what happened is they decided, and which we did at work too, if the holiday falls on a Tuesday, for instance, you take the Monday off. And if the holiday falls on a Thursday, for instance, you take the Friday off, work the holiday. So that's what these guys did. So I was talking to the guy. He just showed up to the shop to pick up a couple things, and he said, no, we're open tomorrow. So that's today. So we'll take the hitch in and see what we come up with here, see what the outcome is going to be. Anyways. All right, guys. So yeah, they're going to jump on that immediately, so that's good news. I'm just getting my my key for my my pin that's on the truck, because I am going to, oh, look at that, I got some American loot down there. I am going to disconnect the tongue and leave it with them, because, oh JJ, don't drop that, all my change will go down the side of the damn truck. Okay, there we go. I don't know if well, I know I didn't tell you guys this, so just because of the other thing, there is a small crack right here on the edge of this pipe, and like the one on my truck and like everybody else, normally there's a collar that slides over top of this, because this is going to be a weak point, right? So they usually put a 3/4 inch or 1 inch pipe over top of this wall. This is 2.5 inch outside diameter, so the 2-inch receiver fits in here. He has a piece of pipe there, so he's going to take a 1-inch chunk, put it over top of this, and then weld it on. So that's gonna take care of this weak spot. So I got to crawl underneath here, and of course that pin that's right there it's locked on here. So anyways, I'm going to get under there, disconnect all this, and then drop it off with him, and we'll go from there. Yeah. Okay guys, so I just dropped everything off. They're gonna weld me a collar around that 42-inch tube. Any hitch you buy, I should say receiver, will already come that way from the factory. Like your vehicle, if you go out there in your vehicle, you'll see that they put a little collar around it just to double the thickness of the steel in that exact area. So they're going to do that. He's going to cut that tube right off, and I want him to weld it on so it's slightly tilted downward slightly. So when I put the torque on there, it'll take all the play, and then that tube with the ball on it and everything should be almost perfectly straight up and down rather than tilted like this. Because obviously that plate on the bottom, that chain's going to my arms off my trailer, when you tighten those up, it's just physically going to move it that way. And because everything can't be 100% totally straight and stay that way, it just automatically moves that way. So I'm hoping that's going to turn out good. They're going to cut the whole tube off with a plasma cutter and then weld it back on. So it is right now, it is 9:15, 20 after 9, and he said they should be done by noon. I'm like, whoa, that's awesome. So he told me about this marketplace up here. He says they serve a good breakfast. So I'm just going to look that up right now. We're going to go for breakfast and maybe do a couple other things. So in case you're ever in Port Hardy, you need some welding done, JM's Mobile Welding. Well, I can just turn you around there. There's the sign right up there. And yeah, really good guy, easy to work with. They got a big shop, so perfect. I can't wait to see what this thing looks like at the end. I'm very, very happy she made it back off that road. My heart sank when I saw that. I'm thinking, oh no. But at the same time, you know what, for all the traveling we've done and everything, if that's the biggest problem I've got so far, then we're pretty happy about it. So anyways, let's go have some breakfast. All right, guys, I found breakfast in town. It's a holiday today, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce this, but this is the hotel here, and they had their restaurant open. So I actually had the smoked salmon Benedict. So it's like eggs Benedict, but instead of using ham, they actually use smoked salmon, and not the thinly sliced smoked ham or smoked salmon that you'd buy in the store, you know, very thin and all this. This is like salmon this thick, but it was like legit smoked, and it was fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and reasonable price too, I think, because I mean, big plate of home fries, 2 of the smoked salmon. Like I said, the salmon was about 3/4 inch thick. Then the eggs Benedict, $22. That to me is cheap. Anyways, what time is it now? So Nathan said that it'll be around noonish that they should be done. So it's 10:30 now, so maybe we'll go along the water's edge here and see if we can see anything. Let me bring up the old mappy here. Go down to the marina. It's 3 minutes away here, so we'll just go down and see what's going on along the water's edge. Well, to say she's a little bit windy down by the water is an understatement, guys. Well, I'm sure on a nice sunny day it'd be nice, but it is definitely a little bit on the windy side down here right now. And she's a little bit on the rainy side too. All right, I think we'll get a better view from sitting inside the truck. Okay guys, Nathan just gave me a call from the welding shop. It's 1:30, so I just been, after breakfast, just been sitting down here along the water. And as you can see, she's pretty rough out there. It's windy. Temperature's not bad though. It's sitting at 15 degrees right now, so. Look at that, look at the small boat right there. It was rocking pretty good there a second ago. All right, we're gonna head up to the shop and see what the damage is. I got the tongue put back on the truck. The hitch is sitting in here because the pin is on the trailer. and it looks really good. He did what I want him to do. I want him to, when he put a brand new piece that goes into the tongue, and I said to him, I says, I want it mounted so when it sits on the truck with no trailer, the hitch itself, like the ball, is on a slight angle, because once I load it up, so I put the plate on and I tighten up my chains. Before it was sitting like this when it was on the truck after it's loaded, because there's play in everything. So I said, can you weld that on so it's not straight up and down? It's actually about a 2-3 degree angle, which it is what it is. So they did a great job. Sorry, I'm just going back to my campground. I drove around town a little bit, so I should be getting pretty good. And yeah, I pretty well knew where it was. I will show you guys the whole thing when I get back. I'm just leaving their yard. I actually backed into their yard here where they store all their steel. So we're on the concrete pad there. So that was a lot nicer than putting that thing back on in the gravel. It was kind of funny though. He goes, oh, JJ, you're back. Because it was the young guy in the back said, come along the side there. And because he left for a little bit and he saw me back there. So he says, you're going to be just about done. I said, I'm almost done. You're not going to believe what I did, guys. Well, yeah, you will believe it. So you know the two pieces that go in an angle from the pipe back to my truck. I put the one on, I put the locking pin in, I put the anti-rattler plate on. I was ready to move the other side, and I'm thinking, why is that one chain touching the bottom of the truck, at the bottom of the bumper? And like, as I'm bolting it together, it's already tightened. I'm ready to move the other side, and then I looked. I had the damn pipe on upside down. So the two eye bolts that come out for the safety chains from the trailer were facing up instead of facing down. I'm like, well, no wonder the damn thing the chain is touching, because it's upside down. So I had to unbolt everything, and I know. See, this is what I keep telling you guys. I'm not the sharpest knife. Anyways, they did a really nice job. And actually the price was right on. I'm not going to tell you what it is, guys. I know people are going to say, so what did they charge? What did they charge? Just because every job's going to be different. I got them to do extras. They did it all, and it came, actually it's pretty damn close to what I thought it was going to be. Actually, it was about $50 cheaper than what I first had in my mind. Oh no, not yet. So I was darn close to the number, but anyways, very, very reasonable, good place. Obviously, I'll put the picture again up there if you guys are ever in this area. They do really nice work, very quick too. They got me in on an emergency job, because they didn't have to. They got a lot of work in there, but he says, no, we'll do it. I'll put a guy on it right now. So that was awesome. Thanks, guys. Nathan, JM's Welding, appreciate it. I will, like I said, I'll show you the whole thing when it's all ready to be installed and everything. I won't hook up the trailer tonight. I'm staying tonight, so I'll just do it in the morning. Whew, that's done. I decided, guys, I'm going to start making my way down south on the island here and do some stops. I'll still do some stops. I'm not going to go to Cape Scott. That's I lost interest, let's put it that way. It's beautiful there. I've done it, like I said, 3 years ago I did do it, and that just gives me something else to do when I do come back out again when I'm up in this area. But I think we're just going to just leave that one alone for now. So hopefully, oh yeah, it turns out pretty good. So you can see this collar now that this pipe did not have before. So they installed this collar, and then they welded it all in there. So now that's doubled up, which should have had that in the first place. I slipped the ball on that one. And then this is the new piece here that they welded on. But I'm going to show you from the side what I'm talking about. So if you look down here, that does not look straight up and down, okay? It looks like it's tilted this way, okay? But that's because once this gets loaded, it's going to grab this just from the play and everything, and this ball should be straight up and down. So that's exactly what I want it to be like. Before it was straight, but then once you load it, because it pulls on these from the chains right here at this point, it tilts it, and the thing looked awkward when it was first tightened up. I'll take a picture after it's hooked up, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's still going to look like it's tilted up a little bit, but it's definitely going to start off better. But yeah, you could definitely tell that it's on an angle, and that's what I wanted. So that turned out perfect. So yeah, anyways, I can't put my rattler on there because that's now a 3-inch outside diameter on that pipe, so I need a 3-inch bracket. This is only a 2.5-inch bracket, the U-bolt I should say. So I'm gonna have to go on Amazon and order a 3-inch U-bolt. No, I probably am gonna have to, it's gonna have come as a kit. These are inexpensive. I think I paid $42 for this. So yeah, guys, that's it. That can go in the trailer. Anyways, at the end of the day, it could always be worse, right? And while I was underneath there, I checked all my stuff on the truck. They had a nice pad there, a concrete pad, nice and dry, and I took my foamy wrap there and I looked at everything, and everything underneath the truck looks perfect. There's no wear indication, no stress looking, anything on everything. But I would imagine like a dually, she's got quite the freaking hitch down there. I mean, the pipe is pretty big. If I bend that pipe down there, the frame on this thing's bending. So tomorrow we'll hook on and start heading to the next adventure, right? It's always an adventure. So guys, I'll tell you what, you know what? I think that's going to be enough for this episode. That's a hell of a way to finish an episode, isn't it? So we're going to head down the road. There's a couple of those sites I looked on the map and it looks pretty darn cool. So we're going to try to stop and see what those look like. All right, guys, as always, be good, be kind, be careful. And we're going to see you guys down the road with a new rebuilt hitch. Bye-bye.
I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way.